individual. His name is Lemuel. He's a fantastic partner with us. He started as one of the very, very first youth in the conservation movement. He's now in college, and he comes home like every weekend. He goes across to the mainland, and he travels. He just came back from Japan, and then he's going to be coming to Geneva this summer. More of my students. And so here's a picture of one of the mangrove plants taking off, sort of sprouting. You know, these are going fast. You can see that this all used to be really lush and vegetated, and this is sort of the aftermath of the hurricane. And honestly, this is a pretty lush example. There's other areas of the lagoons that look more just like the dead branches. Let me see if the website will come up now. Or we could be very technical and just go back here. Ah. There we go. So you keep hearing sort of a lot of information thrown at you. Sharman is this professor of education here in Flint, but then I live for a month in Geneva, Switzerland, and then I'm going to Mexico. And how do all of the parts collide, so to speak? The program that I help direct in Geneva is a global program in educational technology, and I brought a couple of flyers there. We're just starting our third cohort right now, and students will come in May. So what we try to do is we work with an international partner somewhere in the world about an important topic. They need to be non-governmental, so they need to be NGOs. And we work with our students to emphasize different aspects of media, technology, and literacy. So this is one of the websites that we put together with our students. It's called Conservation for Cozumel, and you see the link up there. It's the same website that I highlighted a few times during the presentation. This is a site that you saw three of the students, Amy, Scott, and Rhonda, helped put together. This is actually myself and Lemuel down in the reef. That was my first time, actually. And then you see the group of us, they call it Eco Action. I'll run you through these a couple of times. If you click on all of these, you'll get information to other like ecological links, video resources. You'll see pictures of the kids doing more work. Here's us out at night. Here's video resources, so you can literally like watch. Here's one that we took. This is from the top of the lighthouse. So lovely. But remember, we're not getting paid big bucks to do this. That is obviously the ocean. This is the beach, and it continues to go all the way up there. The lagoons are behind you at this point. And it's a longer video. You're more than welcome to look at these later. There's the road. Now you see the lagoons. And then I really love the underwater pictures of the sea turtles. And while our pictures, like we've taken underwater video cameras and still cameras, we really do rely on the FPMC to get some of the really quality pictures. And I don't know if it'll load right now, but that turtle is loading right now. It might just be our internet connection. But let me take you back to the top here. And then I really will start to be quiet so that you guys can ask us questions. You'll see my students here and myself. You'll see our partners down in Mexico, Jesus and his team. You'll see the different parks of Cozumel, the facts, where Cozumel is located. It's approximately 184 square miles of land, and a population of about 73,000 overall, and most of those citizens live in San Miguel. These are the parks I talked to you about: San Horacio, Celery Lighthouse down in Punta Sur, and then here's the museum, the Island Museum down on the main page. This also gives you a little bit of the history of the area. It's not just informational, but what we're trying to do is reach out to teachers and kids around the world eventually. Right now, we've been piloting this in Michigan, actually. And so some of the teachers that you saw, there's the beach cleanup again, the reef fish monitoring, there's Jesus. Some of the teachers, such as Amy, the teacher who lives here in the Flint area, she incorporates ecological projects and the sea turtles into the classes that she teaches. And they're fantastic lesson plan ideas. So what she did, for example, some of you guys probably know, I hope I say his name right, the Chikuli. Did you guys see some of his blown glass over at FIA? So what she's, yeah, it's really beautiful. Amy basically was talking about art with her students, and they were talking about Chikuli's own pieces. And what she did is she made like pop bottle chandelier. They do like a Saving the Sea Turtle drawing. She incorporates all these ideas into her art classes, though, that she's actually talking about, Caribbean issues in the park area and taking the kids to the website, but making art that's actually from recycled materials. I think out of all my students, she was really extremely interested in the work we did cleaning up the beach. So anyway, there's lots of teacher resources here, and she's had them doing some writing also. And this is really quite an extensive website. Actually, this is in El Gordo because it's too small, but you'll see the wildlife, underwater, the sea turtle rescue. This is from the night that we went out to work with the kids. I think we saved 17 or 18 turtles. We started when it was daylight, and then by the end it was quite light, and we just had the beacon of the lighthouse and the moon sort of guiding us.
These were turtles that you didn't think were going to make it? I mean, I couldn't understand. Right.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And what they do, let me back up. Do you see this? I don't know if it'll go up any further for you. This is one of the kids. She's got a stick in her hand. And the stick is actually, it's kind of like a paint stick you use like from Home Depot to stir your paint. What they do is they write the date. Let me go back there, see if there's a good picture. I've got a couple more on the computer if you can't see. There's one of the markers or the sticks. It identifies the nest, and they go and periodically check. And the only reason, you would dig up the nest only at certain times is for the sea turtles who wouldn't make it otherwise. And it's amazing how many sea turtles don't make it because of sea turtles that big, and there's these crabs and seagulls and the raccoons and things we talked about. So yeah, the reason, and that struck me too when I first started this work. I just thought they sort of wiggled up and out and off they went. Most of the turtles in the nest did, but then they get to a certain sort of incubation period where it's time to go in and see if there's some that are still stuck down there, because it's probably, you saw me, I'm pretty tall, my arms were up to here, and at times the holes were like caving in on us. My body was literally halfway down the hole, like when I found the 4 turtles. And we had been digging for so long. The kids had started there, we've gotten deeper and deeper and deeper. We found lots of shells, the soft eggshells from the turtles who had already escaped and left. And then we did find some of the dead turtles too. And the shells are so hard, what you would find is a hollowed out sea turtle shell with no body inside it. So some holes, like we found 4 or 5 of those. And then I was really quite excited and amazed to find the 17 or 18 that we found that night. I have to read that, I can remind myself. I think that's right before we counted them though. That mesh metal cone that they were wiggling around in, every time we found the turtles, we put them in there. And then when we had made sure to get all of them out, we lifted the metal sort of netting cone, and then the sea turtles are going towards the